again with? Let's wait to see how this plays out. Until we're guaranteed a spot, I believe nothing.
Exactly. All right, we're going to move on. Next tweet.
Limp in the playoffs.
Was that?
Until you limp in the playoffs.
Exactly.
Even that's considered a success.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah.
Next tweet coming from Adam Harstad. Receiving yards after age 40. 2,509, Jerry Rice. 0, literally everyone else except Brett Favre. -2, Brett Favre.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I saw that list. Wasn't Brady like number 8 with 36 receiving yards?
He
Maybe.
very well could be. I mean, he's been there so many damn times you'd think he would be.
Right.
Actually, you'd think he'd have more. Oh, he would have. He just dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Literally last Super Bowl.
Right.
And then the Philadelphia Eagles ran the exact same play and scored.
All right, we're going to move on to the
How did
next.
Belichick not see that coming, by the way? Like, you ran that play earlier in the game.
I don't know. But the next two are from the same Twitter account, Fake Sports Center. First, they tweeted, breaking, LeVar Ball has announced that he is suing all 30 NBA team owners for collusion after his son LiAngelo was not taken in the NBA draft.
That sounds like it could be a real headline.
Right.
But the better one, Fake Sports Center, Delonte West about to come out of retirement after seeing Luka Doncic's mom at the NBA draft.
Oh, that's just wrong.
Yeah, that's unfair to LeBron's mom.
Like, it's not what I meant, but okay.
Oh. LeBron, we all remember Delonte West is LeBron's daddy, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so,
supposedly.
yep, not supposedly, for real. All right. The next one, at NFL, tweeted, longtime official Gene Steratore retires.
Cardboy.
Yes, you will know him from two very famous incidences. One involving an index card, the other involving him being stupid and not recognizing that Des Bryant actually caught the ball.
Was he also the referee that was there for the tuck rule?
He was on the team, but he wasn't the ref.
Yeah, but
That
he was still
Ed
there.
Lockley. Yeah.
We need to add all this up. I need to go back and watch any game this man has had a hand in, because it's questionable.
All right. In response to that, Thomas Carson, whose Twitter handle is at BuffaloBill95, tweeted, Patriots losing key players left and right.
That
Love it.
is wonderful.
He's the third referee to retire in the last 8 weeks.
Patriots aren't going to be able to have a team.
No.
They go under 500 now. All their best players have left.
That's a good point. This one's a little bit older than this past week, but it just came to my attention yesterday, so it got added in. Faux John Madden tweeted, well, at least Demarius Randall won't have to buy millions of jerseys. Hashtag NBA Finals.
I think that's why he made the bet. I mean, it was pretty safe.
Yeah. All right. The next two are coming from the same guy, and it's our good friend Blake Bortles facts. Blake Bortles facts first tweeted, Blake Bortles only needs 16,946 rushing yards in Week 1 against the Giants to become the NFL's all-time leading rusher. Interesting. Only 16,946 rushing yards to go.
That's it.
Only.
Do it.
All right. And Dan Orlovsky, the second one, Blake Bortles Facts, retweeted NFL's tweet. Dan Orlovsky ranked the quarterbacks of the AFC South, to which Blake Bortles responded, Blake Bortles has never run out of the back of the end zone or started for a team that went 0-16.
He's right. I do remember him doing that stupid UConn alum.
Yep. The second thing he tweeted, Blake Bortles playoff wins in 2018. Alone, 2. Or 2018 alone, 2. Dan Orlovsky wins over 13 seasons. 2. And Blake Bortles only needed 17 games to throw 15 touchdown passes. Dan Orlovsky, 13 seasons.
Okay, first of all, funny that Blake Bortles is going in. Secondly, fluffing himself up a little bit. 2 playoff wins in 2018. Bro, that's the first time you've been there.
There's Blake Bortles facts. It's not actually Blake Bortles.
I
Yeah,
know,
no,
but it's the
right.
first time he's been there. Let's relax. Not to mention, Orlovsky was a backup. He was drafted in like the 12th round, okay? Blake Bortles was a first-round draft pick. High. Okay?
That's the problem. He was high.
No, it wasn't
That's not what you
Tunsil.
meant.
Relax.
Okay. Oh, that's a good point. Although, I bet you're wishing now the Giants had taken the risk.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I want the Cowboys should have gotten him. He's
He
awesome.
would have been a perfect fit.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's what you guys do.
Oh, says the team whose best player of all time, had a really bad coke problem and utilized the services of underage prostitutes.
Listen, yeah, this happened throughout time. Your owner of your team might as well be the warden from The Longest Yard.
He might be.
He looks just like him, too.
He might
The
be.
new one.
Okay.
The newer Longest Yard with Adam Sandler as a football player, which is barely believable.
Anyways, we got to move on because we're running out of time. NFL tweeted top 10 quarterbacks of 2018. 1, Tom Brady. 2, Aaron Rodgers. 3, Drew Brees. 4 through 10, and then you click the link. It's one of those stupid things. At Brian Paul Martin said, best ever, best in my book, Troy Aikman. As a Cowboys fan, Troy Aikman wasn't even the best Cowboys quarterback.
I mean, someone obviously has a bias here.
Yeah, that's got to be Troy Aikman's burner account. Gotta be.
Probably, yeah. It's probably operated by his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our last one here. Bleacher Report tweeted, is Mo Bamba better than Giannis? At Giannis _AN34 says, hell no.
Good for Giannis.
Yep. Good old Greek freak.
I will say that if there was, Mo Bamba's a pretty sweet name if you're going to be a pro athlete.
It certainly is. All right. Guys, now we're going to spend the last, 20-some minutes we have when...
I don't even think it's
been
going to
10
take us 20 minutes to do this.
10 minutes. We have 10 minutes. All right. The Sun Belt Conference, because college football is coming up. The Sun Belt was supposed to be the focus of the episode, but we blew that.
Or did we save it?
We
Because,
might have.
if we were talking about the Sun Belt for the majority of this, it would have been a lot of dead air.
Probably. So, some things to keep in mind about the Sun Belt. There have been some changes. Some big changes in the Sun Belt from last season to this
Never
season.
mind the fact that most of you people have probably never heard of it.
This year, the Sun Belt will begin divisional play. They'll have 2 divisions. The East will comprise of Appalachian State, Coastal Carolina, Georgia Southern, Georgia State, and Troy. And the West will be Arkansas State, Louisiana Lafayette, Louisiana Monroe, South Alabama, and Texas State. 2 teams that were with the Sun Belt last season are not with them this year. New Mexico State has decided to be independent because that's going to help them win a championship. And Idaho has been relegated to FCS.
You're so bad, you've been told to go play with the lessers.
Go play with the lessers.
And furthermore, don't act like New Mexico State becoming independent is going to in any way affect their chances to make a national championship.
No, that's what I was saying, because you're not going to win the national championship.
Yeah, because God forbid they didn't have the backing of the Sun Belt Conference.
Yeah. All right. So, last year, this is how...
If that was the case, I would probably just ask to be regulated too.
Yeah.
Maybe I can win a title there.
Idaho is going to be in the Big Sky Conference. Big Sky is one of the better FCS conferences. So we'll see how they do there. But
Yeah, of course they should be there. They were playing, and I say playing loosely, against teams that were much more talented than anything that's usually in the FCS.
typically, yes. But the Big Sky and Colonial Athletic Association are commonly thought of as the two best conferences in FCS. They've produced many national champions, such as Villanova, James Madison just last year, Montana. What's the other one there that Carson Wentz played for? North Dakota State. They're all Big Sky. Or CAA. So those are the two big conferences. Anyways, the Sun Belt broke down like this last season. Troy had the best record at 11-2, went 7-1 in conference. Appalachian State second, 9-4, went 7-1 in conference. Arkansas State went 7-5 overall, 6-2 in conference. Georgia State 7-5 overall, 5-3 in conference. New Mexico State went 7-6 overall, 4-4 in conference. Louisiana Lafayette went 5-7 overall, 4-4 in conference. Louisiana Monroe 4-8 overall, 4-4 in conference. South Alabama went 4-8 overall, 3-5 in conference. Idaho went 4-8 overall, 3-5 in conference. Coastal Carolina, Tony's favorite college,
They're so good.
went 3-9 overall, 2-6 in conference play. Georgia Southern 2-10 overall, went 2-6 in conference play, and Texas State went 2-10 overall, 1-7 in conference play. So for those of you who couldn't tell, this is why I ranked the Sun Belt as the least, as the worst conference in college football. They're fucking pathetic.
That is being nice of you.
Outside of Troy. Troy's not pathetic, Troy's just bad.
And every once in a while, Appalachian State pulls up a major upset.
No, yeah, so Troy, Appalachian State, Arkansas State, those are the cream of the crop of the Sun Belt, and realistically should be playing in like Conference USA, which is a better conference. But there's not much positive to say about the Sun Belt, which is why we're not dedicating a whole lot of time to them. Next week, we're going to be talking about Conference USA and the MAC, two significantly better but still not very good conferences.
That's an understatement.
Yeah. They tied for, I guess it'd be 7, because you got 7, 7, and 9. Anyways, key wins coming out of the Sun Belt. We did say that there are 3 teams that are worth having in the Sun Belt, and they are Arkansas State, Troy, and Appalachian State. And Troy just went on an absolute tear when it comes to playing out of conference. Week 4, they beat Akron 22-17. I get it, Akron's not a perennial powerhouse in football, but they're in a better conference. The real big win for Troy came in Week 5 when they beat number 25 LSU 24-21. And then LSU went on to beat Syracuse. So by proxy, Troy beat Syracuse. But anyways, in the Bulls season, they actually did pretty decent as a conference. Troy defeated North Texas 50-30. Georgia State beat Western Kentucky 27-17. Appalachian State defeated Toledo, who plays in the MAC, 34-0. And New Mexico State beat Utah State 26-20. Now, there are some, usually in conferences there are key losses. Sun Belt just really doesn't have any key losses.
Their losses are key losses. Them being in their conference is a key loss.
Now, they did lose a couple of quote-unquote key players. The earliest player that they had drafted went in the 4th round. Tracy Walker from Louisiana Lafayette was a safety, drafted by I forgot to write down who he was drafted by. It doesn't even matter. He went 4th round.
It doesn't
Like, the
matter.
best player in your conference, in terms of draft-wise, was drafted in the 4th round. That's pathetic.
Yep.
That's pathetic.
Yeah, but I mean, you know,